Yes, your eyes do not deceive you. I am wearing a one-piece onesie, or something close to it because of the sheer size of it. Does it keep me warm from the freezing cold temperatures? Yes, it does. Is it super cool and super fashionable? Your answer should have been yes. Is it the coolest thing you've ever seen in your life? Not until now, because I found a video of an incredibly big channel of a guy who made a functioning Iron Man suit. No, I'm not going to sit here and deceive you and say that there's a guy flying around with boosters on his hand, just fucking zipping around the sky, protecting the city from Thanos dropping his nutsack all over civilians and the buildings. But this guy is possibly the closest person I've seen to making a fully functioning Iron Man suit. And like I said, once he's done with it, it's not going to be like one-to-one Iron Man. He's not the fucking Tony Stark of this universe. But he's very close.
My name is Alex Burkan and I'm building Iron Man suit. 6 years ago I started with the heart of that technology. In a cave with a box of scraps, I assembled several electrolyzers which split water into hydrogen and oxygen and produce high-octane fuel gas mixture for the suit. Then I realized that the electrolyzer can be used not only as a source of fuel, but also as compact but powerful compressor, which means it can be used to activate artificial muscles and the other pneumatic stuff.
Now, I'm either going to make my old chemistry teacher extremely proud, he might even be watching this video with a tear shedding from his eye, or I might turn him into Walter White's next best customer as he's smoking crack pipe in the middle of an alleyway, reevaluating his life choices. But from what I remember of my old chemistry lessons, what he's doing there is known as electrolysis or thermology or something along those lines, where he's basically getting water into it and splitting the hydrogen and the oxygen to produce energy coming through that. And through that energy coming out of that, which is essentially what Tony Stark does with the Iron Man suit to give the suit power and also to let him live, he's making every bit of the suit around him functional. So he's able to fucking blast ass with the fucking flamethrower coming out of his hands, or move his leg, move his arm, and just have a fully functional robot suit, which I think not only is extremely impressive considering he's doing this all at the back of his fucking garage with, again, just by his fucking self. He has no one else helping him, or at least from what I've seen of the video, no one is helping him. It's just extremely impressive how he's just manufacturing this all by his own, when people like, I mean, Elon Musk has other stuff to do. He probably doesn't give a fuck about making a fully functioning Iron Man suit. But no one else has done this apart from this random guy in Russia in his garage. But after making the suit move and spitting fireballs out of his fucking hand, our little fusion baby of Tony Stark and Oppenheimer here said, that's not enough. I need to make this suit lightweight. So it's fully usable and fully functional. It's not just this big fucking hunk of metal that you go to Comic-Con with just to show your friends how fucking cool it is. He wants it to actually fully work and be able to move around and fight around. So he's here kind of brainstorming ideas of what metals he can use that protects him and also just makes him move a lot better. Instead of being this big clunky piece of armor, he can actually like move like he's not got anything on. So for months and months on end, he's just stress testing metals against his body to see how it moves and weighs. And he just goes through this whole palaver of calculations and going through a bunch of different things to see what the perfect fit is for this suit.
After drawing the device with your own hands, we are beginning to understand better what parts it consists of, how the parts interact with each other, where they attach and the way they intersect. In addition to sketches, now it's about time to make some notes in a diary about what we want to put into the final version of the device and how it should work. Once your inner perfectionist decides that the quality of detail is acceptable, let's move on to the next stage, which will still somewhat magical to me. Which, although it made it possible not to miss the main volumes, but almost all the detail had to be modeled by hand.
This is an elite level warning to any man who lives within a 100-mile radius from this guy. I would suggest you move because any girlfriend you have is immediately in danger. If you are looking for a partner, you will not find one because it will probably be in this man's house. And if you have a mother, she will probably be sleeping with him because this guy is the pinnacle of just what humans can be. Not only does he have the physique of a fucking Greek god, but he can also draw, he can sketch, he can mold, whatever they call it, mud. He can mud sculpture stuff to an extreme detail, but he can also use 3D modeling software. This man has every talent under the book. I have not seen someone this talented in so fucking long. And then not only from doing all of these projects, like I said, this guy has a fucking Greek body. He must go to the gym at least 2 hours a day. Maybe even goes to Beerus's planet to fucking train with Whis, Goku, and Vegeta, because this guy just has everything from the physical appearance to the mental know-how of how he's fucking incredible. This is one of these most seriously talented people I've seen on this platform.
At the moment, the technology for creating a suit and other complex technical devices, the one described in this video, seems to me the most optimal. 3D modeling and 3D printing together with composite reinforcement parts with complex geometry and necessity-precise scaling to fit each user allows you to create light and strong parts faster and easier than any other way.
So in that clip there, you can see the almost final design, but I mean, he's not too far away from it. He's got the upper torso. We've seen him work around with the legs. We've seen him do probably the hardest part, which is making the suit functional with the fire coming out of his hand and the suit moving, and now also making it lightweight. So really, he is not that far from making the full-fledged suit. I'd say, considering he's working by himself, give him another 1, 2, maybe 3 years, and he's probably got a fully functioning Iron Man suit. And like I said, he's not going to be running around zipping through the skies and fighting evil, maybe punching some guy for stealing candy off of a kid. But he is very close, and he's the closest I've seen anyone to making a superhero suit. The closest I've seen is some people making Spider-Man suits using suction cups so they can climb up walls, maybe even using some sort of silk to make like spider webs. But in terms of superhero suits, this is very, very close to making an Iron Man suit, and I think it is super, super cool.
The entire step-by-step building instructions of Iron Man reactor and the basic model of repulsor and exosuit, high-pressure electrolyzer and 1 kilowatt electrolyzer drawings are available for Alex Lab channel members and Patreon members.
Now, as far as YouTube memberships go and Patrons and stuff like that, where someone's paying you to get a service back, this is a fucking steal. I would hope that this guy is at least charging $100, $200, $300 for these blueprints, because that is a fucking gold mine. Anyone can pick those blueprints up, and assuming you have the money and you know the health and safeties and maybe you have someone to look after you, you can build this guy's fucking Iron Man suit in your own fucking home. And YouTubers tend to do these Patreon things, and they're like, hey, if you subscribe to my Patreon, I'll give you a piece of my pubic hair, and you can get it all for the price of $3. And it is the most fucking stupid deal you can do ever. And they're just banking on the fact that you're like super hyper fans of them and you'll buy any shit they put in front of you. But this guy is giving you the months and years of hard work and dedication he's had to building this extremely big and complex project for you to do at home. Hey, do you want to build a homemade Iron Man suit? Well, here are the 54-page blueprints of every excruciating detail I've put blood, sweat, and tears into. That is an incredible value of a deal. And for 99.9999% of the population, you are not going to do it because you will not have the resources, you will not have the know-how, you will not even have the confidence to do them. But he's offering it to you. He could sell this to a lot of different companies, even companies just selling these things as toys to people, obviously not fully functioning Iron Man suits. But he could sell this to a lot of people for a lot of money, yet he's giving it to the wide public on YouTube just for becoming a member and a patron. In fact, no, I'm going to go see how much his Patreon and YouTube membership is, because that sounds like a fucking steal. So for the grand prize of around about $10, because of currency stuff, mine's in pounds, the grand prize of $10 on Patreon, or $25, which is the highest you can pay for on YouTube, you can have the blueprints to the closest Iron Man suit we've seen in humanity. What the fuck? This is probably one of the greatest deals in YouTube and Patreon membership history. You actually get, again, assuming this is something you are super passionate and you really want to make this for yourself, you are really getting bang for your buck with that. That is absolutely crazy, because you can just subscribe for 1 month, screenshot the blueprints, and then just take your membership back and then wait for him to upload like 3 or 4 or 5 different like blueprints and then re-download those. That is so crazy to me. And this guy doesn't stop there. You think that this guy is the Iron Man suit guy? No. Because this guy decided to take it one step further. This was before the Iron Man suit. He also decided to make a fucking lightsaber. He did not start in the MCU. He also went to Star Wars, because this guy just wants to make everything in fiction into reality. Now, in my humble opinion, this isn't quite as cool as the Iron Man suit, not only because I'm not a Star Wars fan, but because it doesn't have the same impact as the Iron Man suit has. You know, you were kind of expecting him to fucking slice and dice the door in like one swing. But it's still pretty cool considering this isn't exactly. I saw a few videos on how lightsabers are made, and you apparently need like photons or something like that. And a real lightsaber can never be made because you kind of need something to bounce the photons back. So you kind of have like a solid saber or something. Listen, I'm just a guy sat here in my one piece fucking get up in my room talking bullshit. So I don't know what I'm on about. But still, anyway, the point is, this is incredible. This is the pinnacle of what YouTubers can do with the channel that they have. And I made a video on this a few days ago where it was like YouTube is kind of deviating from the fact that people are just doing stuff for money rather than the stuff that they love. And this is a man who fully loves what he does, and he's making really cool things out of them. And I think it is, I think it is a testament to what YouTubers are and what you can do if you really love something and you really put time and effort into it. Anyway, that's all I want to talk about. This guy's super cool. I really admire him. He's got a new subscriber for me. And if you haven't heard him, he's called Alex Lab. He's even got a second channel where he really digs deep into like what he does, why he does it, all the nitty gritty details, which I won't have a clue what he's on about, but I'll still watch because I'm super interested. Anyway, that's all I want to talk about. Bye bye.